Elliot Grinch.
All right, what's going on, everyone? Elliot Grinch here for Henry 8, bringing you another LSPDFR tutorial on the installation of the latest release, which is LSPDFR 0.4. If you don't know, now you know. It has been out for quite some time now. It was released, and I haven't played it myself. I'm actually, after this install, I will play the game myself. But I've watched some other people's videos, and of course, you know, some bugs, some tweaks being done. So I'm going to pretty much wait until the game is a little bit more stable before I get into it. There's definitely a lot of concepts that I'm very much interested in utilizing. But anyway, right now I still currently play 0.3. But you know, this is just, you know, hopefully it can help you out, because it's going to help me out, because this is going to be the first time I'm going through this myself with actually installing. It's pretty much the same concept as the prior LSPDFR 0.31. So it's not, you know, it's nothing that you can do. It comes with a manual install plus an automatic install with a exe file. So I'll try to do both, and or just at least show you both to maybe help you out. So of course you want to go to the LSPDFR website and take a look. Make sure you read, you know, the README. Go into the wiki, the GTA 5 LSPDFR 0.4 wiki, you know, for any type of assistance, because there's a lot of things that have changed as far as installing uniforms, cars, because you can have your own patrol vehicles for each area. There's a lot to it. So you know, make sure you read up on that to assist you. But you want to go and download the files from LSPDFR. And you click the download button. I've already downloaded this, so I'm not going to re-download it again. If you're watching this later in time, because it comes with it should come with the current Rage Hook plugin, you know, which is from ragepluginhook.net. So the current version is 0.6412.1234.15464, which does work with the game patch for 1604.1, I believe is the newest one. But this still works with the current version of GTA 5 from the previous update that they did. And then you want to make sure you have Script Hook 5, same as before. This is the newest one, which was issued February 10th, 2019 for 1604.1. That's the current version of GTA 5. So you got to make sure, or else you're going to have a lot of issues, even if you try to go into offline mode. Okay, that means you got to block the server connection and all types of stuff. And that only works periodically, because, you know, eventually it's going to have you log into your social club account, which requires the internet, and it's going to push the update on you anyway. So you just keep that in mind. And then you're going to need the current, I believe it comes with the current Rage native UI, which is 1.6.3. So you get that from github.com. You can just put in a search on Google for Rage native UI if necessary. And make sure you have a current copy. I mean, let's put it like this: a legitimate copy of a Grand Theft Auto. Okay, I don't know how. Like I said, told you in prior videos, I do not know anything about the pirated versions of Grand Theft Auto 5. I can't really assist you with that. I don't know. All right, so you know, but you could go on eBay, you can buy a PC version, and remember, LSPDFR is only for the PC as of right now. So you want to get a copy of Grand Theft Auto 5. You get an inexpensive copy, you know, or you can buy a copy that works with Steam, or you could go directly to Steam and you know, get a discount and download Grand Theft Auto 5. Okay, it's not that difficult. If you can buy a pack of cigarettes, you can purchase Grand Theft Auto 5. All right. So now that we have that stuff out the way, I'm gonna close these out, and just keep in mind, like I said, there's still some bugs. Some point them out to the creators, and hopefully they'll take that in mind, and maybe there'll probably be some type of update later in the future. A lot of the developers or modders have updated a lot of their mods to work in conjunction with LSPDFR 0.4. So you'll find some things have been updated to coincide with the current version of LSPDFR 0.4. But there are some bugs and some kinks, like anything that has been released. So just keep that in mind. But you can go to the site and you can download the updates that have been released, as far as like mods that you may be used to using. I know Albo has even come back and assisted with some of the mods that he had released, like LSPDFR Plus, I believe Arrest Manager as well. So a lot of mods have been updated to work with the API of 0.4. So you can always get the updated stuff and try it out yourself. I will let you know how I feel about it on another video later. Okay, but for right now, I still really play 0.3. I will be releasing a video also with my suggestions on how to keep 60 frames per second, or at least close 50 to 60, with minimal mods, and you can still enjoy the game and add a bunch of cars and change up textures and things of that nature, and still maintain a decent amount of frames per second, because you do still take a big hit when you go on duty with LSPDFR compared to playing the regular Grand Theft Auto 5 game, which definitely, if you have a monster computer like myself, you're going to get 130 frames per second and higher, good frames per second. Was trying to explain that to some people. Some people just didn't get it on my previous videos, but whatever. So let's get right to it. So I have a fresh, I suggest a fresh install. Okay, a fresh install of Grand Theft Auto. As you can see, this is a fresh install, has not been modified, no mods folder whatsoever. And that's been suggested because the game, when you go to load, install LSPDFR 0.4, it's going to pretty much delete your 0.3 game. So keep that in mind. So as you can see, we're going to start off with the automatic setup, because of course that's very easy. So use something like 7-zip or WinRAR to extract the file. So we're going to extract this file. See the automatic setup. As you can see, LSPDFR 0.4 setup, and you have an exe file here. Real simple. This is the installer. So double click on that. We're going to go yes. Please wait while setup is loading. English, yes. Okay, welcome to LSPD First Response Setup. Setup will guide you through the installation of LSPD First Response. It is recommended that you close all other applications before starting setup. This will make it possible to update relevant system files without having to reboot your computer. Click next to continue. So I have my OBS open because I'm recording. So we'll see what happens. It is what it is. We'll click next. If you accept the terms of the agreement, click I agree. Yes, we agree. All right, so as you can see, we have LSPD First Response, the core components required to run LSPD First Response. Okay, it gives you the option to not uninstall, but as you can see, it was already clicked to uninstall LSPDFR 0.3 from your system. The LSPD First Response modification itself, and Rage plugin hook, which is where I showed you that site. So if you watch this and there is a more current or updated version of Rage plugin hook, please make sure you download that, because you're going to have to update the Rage plugin hook. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, you got to make sure you check with the site to make sure you have the current, most up-to-date Rage plugin hook, which is, like I said, I have a copy, and keep it down, keep this stuff downloaded, because like I said, I've told you in previous videos, this stuff does not stay forever. They will delete it when they update it, and then you will not be able to find it unless you have the goodness of somebody who will share it with you or give it to you, you know, one of the two. But as you can see, this is the 16.04 version, which is the version I showed you on their website, the most current up-to-date Rage plugin hook. But like I said, the install already explains to you that it comes with the install as of right now. So you're good now. But if it gets updated, you need the more current version of Rage plugin hook to work with the current version of the game. So we're going to click next. Make sure the folder is correct where your folder, where your core files for the games are installed, usually in your C drive. Unless you install it somewhere else, you move it to another hard drive. You just have to make sure that the path is the same. Okay, so mine's is on my C drive in my 64, my x64 folder. So as you can see, it's C drive, program files, Rockstar Games, Grand Theft Auto 5, Rockstar Games, Grand Theft Auto 5. It's the same folder. All right, so we're gonna press install. Let the installer do its magic, and as you can see, you saw the shift. So it did add folders, and it added the files necessary for the game. As you can see, LSPDFR uninstall. You saw the plugin folders added, and you go and take a look. You see LSPD First Response has been installed in the proper folder, proper path. Excuse me. And then we got to just check to make sure the Rage plugin hook is the current version. So we have 0.64.1234.15464. As I showed you on the website, that should be the current version, which is 15464. So that is correct. All right, so we got that. Later down the line, we'll continue with the install as it's supposed to go, and then we will install Script Hook 5, which is a native trainer, but it also contains a file that is necessary for other modifications and mods to work with the game, which is Script Hook 5. This is the actual trainer, native trainer ASI. But we'll get to that later. I don't want to go all over the place with this. So we have launch, LSPD, first response, first time configurator. So we'll click on finish. The configurator will guide you through the initial setup of LSPDFR. Advanced users can skip this. Okay. Please accept the Rage plugin hook license. Show the license. Let's see what we have here. Okay. All right, this is the normal disclaimer. We will accept. That's a check. Change settings. We recommend disabling the version text rendering and setting all plugins to load at startup, which you could do that later. It's the same thing. It's pretty much so you don't have to see that watermark at the bottom showing the current version of the game, or Rage plugin hook watermark at the bottom of the screen in case you record, which I do, so you definitely want that removed. As well as LSPDFR is a plugin that you should automatically let it load. It's not like EUP menu, because with EUP you actually have to load. It's better to load that while in the game by pressing F4 to load that plugin. But LSPD should be automatically load once you start the game, once you go into the game. So we'll let that do it for us. So that's a check. LSPDFR has been installed successfully. Good. All right, let's see what comes up next. It might do the backup. I'm not sure. Okay, not yet. All right. So I guess that's later. All right, so as you can see, I keep a shortcut of Rage plugin hook down here at the bottom, but we'll get to that in a minute. So we're going to install Script Hook 5. This is the most current version of Script Hook 5, like I said, for the game version of 1604.1. Double click on that. Only thing, I don't use this menu because I use Trainer 5 like most people. Trainer 5 has a lot more options as far as for changing things in the game. So we're just going to copy script hook 5. Put that in the game as well as this file here. Then put 8. We'll install that as well. Okay, so we'll back out of that. So that we're good on that. That's done. We already did Rage plugin hook. We have the most current version already installed for us. Okay, and Rage native UI. Okay, we are going to install Rage native UI, the most current version. Make sure I have the most current version. I actually have to look at a prior game of mine if I still have, yeah. Let me go to a prior game. I just want to make sure. Yeah, these are copies of other games that I use for various reasons. So this is my basic game. This is the one I'm working on to display. With minimal mods, you still get a good frames per second performance. So Rage native UI is one. Yeah, okay. You know what? I should have just copied it from there, which is what I'm going to do. Yeah, we'll just copy it from there, actually. We'll copy it from a prior game. So Rage native UI. I know I have it downloaded somewhere, but either way, it's the same thing. So make sure you have the current version of Rage native UI because a lot of the mods, even the ones that have been configured for LSPDFR 0.4, you will see still use the same files as before. I'm just going to show you for an example. So these are current mods that have been updated to work with the API of 0.4. Even Albo has updated the his common file, which is needed for all of his plugins. So as you can see, he still utilizes Rage native UI 1630. So if you were to install his mod, it comes with this Rage native file, excuse me. All right, so we have that installed. So we're going to close out of that because like I said, I know a lot of the current mods that have been updated for 0.4, some of them still have bugs I've been reading about, and some people have issues because the whole system and the way that LSPDFR runs now kind of has been changed because some mods were actually implemented into the game. So therefore the mod that used to be the main core for that feature, kind of works, weird. So just keep that in mind. But that's the automatic install. So we're going to start the game up in a minute. I just want to show you, if you decide to do it the manual way, it's pretty much the same way as the automatic. It's just that all the files are already extracted. So you would pretty much copy everything but the README and the licenses. You don't need those. But everything else, you would copy all of this and then these 3 files here. And as I showed you, I have a copy of a clean install. I'm not gonna read, install, but you would take all of this except for the licenses, which is just the licenses. That's all it is. It's just license files, but you don't need them. So you would copy all of this up to the Rage plugin hook README, and you would copy, drop, and then these 3 files copy and drop into the clean install. Then you would double click on Rage plugin hook, and it would take you through that same process for setting up the game. That's it. So nothing else, nothing different, nothing out of the ordinary. Okay, to install. And there you go. And you'll have LSPDFR 0.4 installed. So I'm just gonna look at the getting started with LSPDFR real quick. Let's just take a look. So as you can see in the wiki, you'll find a lot of information about the great range of new features and capabilities that we've introduced in LSPDFR 0.4. We know that this is a lot to take in. However, so here goes our attempt, a TLDR. So when you get a chance, read through this stuff. I'm just browsing through this real quickly. You know, I'm doing a video. I'm not going to sit here and read everything to you. All right. And it comes with a little installation file. But like I said, this is the same, pretty much like the same install from 0.3. Nothing different. Okay. So we'll close this out. I'm going to close out my main file. Let me just delete this real quickly. There you go. All right, so let's double click on Rage plugin hook. Yes, and we're ready to go. Okay, you don't need elevated privileges. All right. Okay, yes, we're gonna back up. Just in case they do an update, you can revert back to the prior game and you can play offline. But like I said, you'll only be able to play offline for a little bit, because then eventually it's going to ask you to log into your social media account, which requires an internet connection. Because I use this mod right here, Block GTA 5, when I play on my version 944 version of the game of Grand Theft Auto, which I have like a ton of mods installed and a lot of good mods that I like playing the game with. So as you can see, it did this for us in the configuration: disable permanent version text rendering, which is a watermark that's at the bottom of the screen while you're doing your gameplay. But this disables that. The F4 key is always pretty much the same key, which opens up the console screen for loading plugins manually while you're in the game. You can change that. I leave it as it is. You could change your key configuration, with other mods just as easily, and you can leave the F4 key, because that's always been the standard key, F4. And this was also done for us at the during the configuration. Load these plugins on startup, which is LSPD first response. When you start adding other plugins, that's different than the LSPDFR mods. Plugins goes in the plugins folder, and then within the plugins folder is the LSPDFR mods folder. So those automatically run when LSPDFR runs, but the plugins have to be loaded in. And like I spoke on another video, some of the plugins do bring down your frames per second. That's just the coding and things of that nature. And like I said, the Rage native UI file with the update kind of like puts a big hit or strain on the processor, so your frames per second does go down. But moving right along, advanced settings, I don't really mess with a lot of things in this. Disable custom loading screen. You can add, there's mods out there that configure the loading screens, the pictures, the images that you see when the game is loading. You can change those with your own personal loading textures. I don't mess around with that stuff. I don't plan on being on that screen too long, hopefully. Game settings, these are certain things like this. If it's necessary for your computer, then you can have these set automatically. The only thing I use is borderless window, but I do that within the Grand Theft Auto game itself. So I'm going to just move right along, save and launch the game. This just lets you know once this pop-up drops down and the game begins to load, you can immediately go back to the screen if necessary. Holding down the shift key until the dialog displays, or there's an X button before it actually fully loads up, which you'll see right here. Next to the X button, I'm sorry, you can click on this little sprocket or this icon, and it will open that configuration menu that we were just in just now once again. So we're just going to start the game up and make sure everything is working good. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, coming back to you. Forgive me. I had to I actually had a modified profile in my folder. So I had to actually remove that modified profile and actually redo the mission, the first mission again. And that was because for some reason I was getting the game crash. So I actually had to do a pretty much like a clean profile all over again. And so here I am, I'm back. So obviously there is definitely a lot of footage that was deleted, edited rather. So if you have a modified profile, you may have to remove it and do a pretty much like a new profile. I guess the new LSPDFR 0.4 works a completely different way. I don't know if it'll work if I put the profile back in, but I'll do that at a later time, and I'll get back to you. But so I am on duty actually. I'm on duty, and it's telling me to go to the precinct. So let me see. I'm gonna spawn a vehicle. Well, as a matter of fact, let me see. Matter of fact, I should be able to use Franklin's car. So I actually did the first mission. So if I had I didn't put Trainer 5 in because then I would be able to expand the whole map. Okay, it won't even let me get that car. I actually just have to get to the precinct. All right, so I'm gonna spawn a vehicle. And we're gonna do just police. We'll do the unmarked. Okay, there we go. And we will drive to the so as you can see, without arrest manager, there is only one jail. There's plenty of stations, but only one jailhouse. Arrest manager adds all the other arrest locations. So as you can see, we got LSPDFR 0.4 installed and playing. So I believe we go into the downtown. Oh no, okay, not downtown. We'll go into this police station here. Davis. All right, that's cool. It didn't in 0.3. You don't see the sheriffs hanging out here. You just see those LSPD guys back there. So interesting. All right, I just want to take a little quick look. I think I got to drive in there. Just want to take a look. See what else they added. Any other ambient. Yeah, those guys are still there. And look at that. I can access the okay, by pressing X. It used to be, I guess they got tired of everybody wanting to use the left shoulder for directionals, so they must have listened. So X opens up the police computer. That's good. All right, so then you can put your directional signals left, right. Okay, with the left shoulder, I believe that is. Like I said, I just want to drive around real quick and take a look at any other ambient that might be here by the courthouse, maybe. Anything different? Because it would be dope if they had a bunch of cops. I might just do a map real quick of cops hanging out at the courthouse. Because that would be, that's something that's true. Cop cars and police hanging out at the courthouse. All right, nothing different. All right, so let's go into the into the police station real quick. Because I guess, yeah, I guess I would have to, I got to create a whole new character, right? So, makes sense. So definitely if you get crashing while loading into LSPDFR, it may be your profile. You may, I'll show you when I exit out of here. Select to go on duty and access the locker. All right, go on duty real quick. Memorizing Miranda. You need to select a character to use LSPDFR. Would you like to go to the character selection menu now? Yes. I'm going to hopefully do this real quickly. I need to do it, obviously, because I do want to play LSPDFR 0.4. So we have Austin Brown. So first character is going to be a male. And I'm going to choose the father real quick. Let's see. I'm going to resemble his father a little bit more. Okay, I don't see anything changing. Oh, look at that. It changes. It turns his head. Okay. Okay, resemble his father more. All right, so to do that, you have to change these settings. You have to use the D-pad. I know on the bottom it says left B, right B, but that wasn't working. That just left B, actually right B makes his head turn. You actually have to use the D-pad to change these settings, as you can see. Okay, then we'll go back. Features. I don't really usually change anything with this in EUP either, so we'll get out of there. Hair, yes. Probably gonna go with a close shave. Look at that. That's just like everything in the EUP menu has now been put in the game, so that's dope. Oh, that was funny. Well, you got the kid in play up in there, boy. I'm gonna go with the close shave. Go with the natural, clean shaven. None. None. None of that. I'm gonna change his nose actually though. Okay, then we go back. I want to change his nose. Can't get it to nose down. Oh, there we go. Okay, then to control this, I gotta use the right stick. Okay, got you. Okay. Okay, y'all gotta forgive me. I'm gonna probably definitely change my character later, but it's just trying to get used to all of this. This is because I really don't even do this in EUP in the EUP menu. All right. right, so we get to change his name. All right, where's my all right, excuse me. Had to look for my keyboard. All right, so it's going to be 48. And we'll use 48. All right, so you will see later, like I'm going to show you, you got to definitely change your profile. Because like I said, I had a modified profile and obviously they wouldn't let me use it. Okay, and you can pick out which agency you're working with. Okay, so we're going to do LSPD. All right, detective, random, officer, so third level, senior officer. All right, so since he's brand new, this is going to be the rookie. Patrol stun. Okay, what does this mean? Components. Change the character's head. This is only available for standard character models. Props. Okay. All right, go to the police garage. Let's see what's happening in the garage. Right, the standard car. Police cruiser. Buffalo. Interceptor. Transport. Change the liveries. About 6 liveries there. Okay. Sheriff. Highway patrol. That's the funny. Definitely not using that because of that. Just the helmet alone. I don't know more of that. I don't see any more of that plane. They used to pop up. Okay, so we're just gonna use. I like this. I always like Police 3. I can't see what the livery is changing. Just probably the number. Spotlight on and off. That's pretty much it. Oh, so okay. Let you configure a lot more. I'm not gonna make this into no super cop car, but I definitely want it to be fast. Let's see how the engine is. We're gonna definitely have a level 3 on the engine. Put the street package, street suspension. The turbo boy. San Andreas exempt. All right. Street brakes. What's that with the change the transmission, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Select and continue. All right, just keep in mind, I don't have my headphones on right now. I'm not going to play the game. I just wanted to get it started. So that's very interesting. I like that. I do like that. The configuration with just the stock stuff that's definitely a change from 0.3. But I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Before I take off, let me exit out of this. Okay, and just to show you, because I had some problems. I was crashing. The game was just crashing on me. So here you can see this is my modified profile. You can find your as far as, if I don't know about with Steam, I think it would probably be the same default, which is placed in your documents, Rockstar Games, GTA 5, and you'll see profiles. So this is my unmodified profile. This is what I had to remove my modded profile, which is this one. I had to remove that and let a default one set up, and that's how I was able to get into the game. And then you have to complete. You're really supposed to complete one mission, the first mission, and then it will allow you to go into LSPDFR 0.4. So once you complete the Franklin and I forget his name. I just did it right. Can't remember his name right now, but when they do the mission with the car, going to the car dealership, and then you wind up taking Franklin and his partner back to Franklin's house where you park. Then I went into the F4 menu, and then you force on duty, and you'll see the character change from Franklin to Michael, which is what you've seen, and then head over to the station, and you could do all the stuff that I just did. So just remember that if you do get a crash, if you have a modded profile installed, which gives you all the pretty much anybody that somebody's profile where they completed all the missions and stunts and all that stuff, and the gold, they got the highest attributes on the game or the character. You're gonna have to clear that profile out and do a clean profile to get into LSPDFR. I will let you know I'm gonna take out this clean profile and then put in the modded one. And you know what? Let's do it now. So this is the clean profile. I'm gonna store that. Let me place that somewhere. I wish I put it. Usually I have a. Oh, let me put it in my desktop downloads folder. I'm just gonna store this here. So that's the clean profile. I'm gonna put back my modified one, and we'll see what happens. I'm gonna load up the game, see if it crashes or not. Excuse me. So let's see. So let's start at the game. Let's see what happens. So stay tuned and see you in a bit. Yeah, so as you can see, you can't use the modded profile. it definitely has to be a clean profile. Yeah, so it crashes on the loading. So keep that in mind. You may have to switch back. Well, I have to switch back and forth because I play with both 0.3 and I'm gonna starting to play with 0.4. So I'm gonna have to switch between profiles, and it is what it is. But anyway, yeah. So LSPDFR is shut down. So anyway, just keep that in mind. Let me get out of this screen real quick. Let's close this out. Yeah, as you can see, I had to search, and nobody really had the answer for that. There was other scenarios about why the game crashes, but not that. I just figured that out just now. So hold up, let me X out and this. All right, so clean profile after the install. Make sure you have a clean profile of the game, not a modded profile, to start your game. All right, but anyway, Elliot Grinch 4 Henry 8 signing off with another LSPDFR tutorial, 0.4 installation, and a little bit of a crash guide if you have that situation. Hope this helps you out. Leave any comments, please share, like, and stay tuned for many more videos. All right, stay safe, be well.